Louis Pasteur was a French scientist who changed the world with his groundbreaking discoveries. He was born in 1822 in a small town called Dole, located in the eastern part of France. As a young boy, he had a strong passion for art and loved to draw and paint, but his interest shifted to science as he grew older. He went on to study at the University of Paris, where he developed a deep interest in chemistry and biology. Pasteur quickly became one of the most well-known scientists of his time. His research helped to revolutionize medicine, food safety, and the study of microbiology. One of his most important contributions to science was his discovery of germs and how they cause diseases. Before Pasteur's work, many people believed that diseases were caused by bad air or some mysterious force. The idea of tiny living organisms causing illness was not widely accepted or understood. Pasteur's work in the mid-1800s was crucial in changing this misconception. He began by studying how liquids, such as wine and milk, could spoil or go bad. Through his experiments, Pasteur discovered that certain tiny organisms, which he called bacteria, were responsible for the spoilage of these liquids. This finding led him to develop a process to heat liquids to a certain temperature in order to kill the harmful bacteria without ruining the liquid. This process, which became known as pasteurization, is still widely used today to make food and drinks, such as milk and juice, safe for consumption. Pasteur's discovery helped improve the safety of food, and it saved many people from foodborne illnesses. But Pasteur's work didn't stop there. He also turned his attention to the study of infectious diseases. He began to understand that many diseases were caused by germs, and these germs could spread from person to person or through the air. His findings showed that diseases could be prevented if people took steps to reduce the spread of germs. Pasteur's work in this area was groundbreaking because it challenged the idea that diseases were caused by bad air, or miasma as it was called at the time. He proved that diseases were caused by microorganisms, which were too small to be seen without a microscope. One of his key experiments that proved this theory was his famous swan-necked flask experiment. Pasteur showed that when liquids were exposed to the air in containers with necks that curved downward, no microorganisms grew in the liquid. But if the neck of the flask was broken, exposing the liquid directly to the air, microorganisms quickly appeared. This proved that life did not appear spontaneously, as many had believed, but was introduced by the air around it. This discovery had huge implications for science and medicine. It showed the importance of cleanliness and hygiene in preventing the spread of disease, and it was a big step forward in understanding how life works. Another area where Pasteur made a huge impact was in the field of vaccines. A vaccine is a substance that helps protect the body from diseases by strengthening the immune system. Pasteur spent many years studying vaccines and how they could be used to prevent dangerous illnesses. His first major success was in developing a vaccine for chicken cholera. By weakening the bacteria that caused the disease, he was able to inject chickens with the weakened bacteria. The chickens became immune to the disease and did not get sick. This was the beginning of Pasteur's work on vaccines. He went on to develop vaccines for other deadly diseases, including anthrax and rabies. Rabies was particularly dangerous because it was nearly always fatal. Before Pasteur's work, there was no cure for rabies, and people who were bitten by infected animals usually died from the disease. In 1885, a young boy named Joseph Meister was bitten by a dog that had rabies. His family took him to Pasteur, who was then working on developing a vaccine for the disease. Pasteur decided to try his new rabies vaccine on Joseph. The boy was given a series of injections, and he did not develop the disease. This was the first successful treatment for rabies and was a major milestone in medical history. Pasteur's work showed the world the power of vaccines and how they could prevent serious diseases. Louis Pasteur's discoveries had a profound impact on the field of medicine. His work showed the importance of cleanliness in preventing the spread of diseases. It also emphasized the importance of vaccines and the role they play in protecting people from dangerous illnesses. Because of his contributions, medical practices improved and many lives were saved. Pasteur's work also helped change the way food was produced and stored. The process of pasteurization, which he developed, is still used today to make food and drinks safer. Without Pasteur's work, many foods and beverages would not be as safe as they are now. Pasteur's research also helped to establish the field of microbiology, which focuses on the study of microorganisms such as bacteria, viruses, and fungi. He was not just a scientist, but also a teacher and leader in the scientific community. He encouraged other scientists to build on his discoveries and continue researching ways to improve public health. His ideas and methods became the foundation for many other important scientific discoveries. Pasteur's work was widely recognized, and he received many honors throughout his life. In 1888, he was elected to the French Academy of Sciences, one of the highest honors a scientist can receive. He also founded the Pasteur Institute in Paris, which continues to carry out research on diseases and vaccines to this day. Even after Pasteur passed away in 1895, his legacy continued to influence the world. Today, his discoveries continue to save lives, and his name is remembered for his contributions to science. Louis Pasteur's work in the fields of microbiology, medicine, and food safety changed the world in ways that are still felt today. His discoveries opened the door for future scientists to make further advancements in health and science. Pasteur's work also had an impact beyond the lab, shaping the way society views hygiene and cleanliness. His ideas about the importance of sterilization, vaccination, and proper food handling have saved countless lives. Pasteur's impact was not only on the medical world, but also on the everyday lives of people around the globe. Louis Pasteur's legacy will continue to inspire scientists, researchers, and healthcare workers for generations to come. Through his dedication to scientific discovery, he made the world a safer place, and his contributions remain essential to public health and safety even today. His discoveries about germs, diseases, and vaccines were revolutionary, and they continue to shape modern science. Louis Pasteur's work, which began in the 19th century, has stood the test of time and remains a cornerstone of modern medicine.